doesn't get more attention, and it's really sad that when it got pointed out under your administration, it was scoffed at, and it angered people as if you guys were the bad guys, which is outrageous. You yourself were recently sanctioned by Iran for your human rights campaigns, particularly those for the LGBTQ community. What was your response when you first heard about this?
I was quite proud, actually. You know, when the Iranian regime decides that you're over the target enough where they have to be afraid of you, when your work is noticed because it needs to be silenced by a regime like Iran, I can't think of a better honor, to be honest. I mean, I'm certainly not doing any business in Tehran. I do live in a place called Los Angeles that they call Tehrangeles because we have so many Iranian Americans there.
The biggest population outside of Tehran. Yeah.
That's right, and I'm proud of so many Iranian Americans who have reached out to me over the last week to say, keep it going, we're so proud. I will say this, Rob, I was sanctioned for my human rights work, which is really after I left the Trump administration and I was running the decriminalization of homosexuality campaign, where 69 countries are criminalizing people just for being gay. They're putting them in prison for being gay. We tried to combat that in the Trump administration. I left that and started an organization called Outspoken Middle East, which is doing roughly the same work, but we're doing it in Farsi and Arabic. And so we're taking the fight right to the Middle East, right to Iran, and that's what the Iranian regime and all the mullahs are afraid of. We are speaking in Farsi to the individuals who are impacted by these human rights abuses. They want to silence me. They certainly are not trying to silence any of the gay left groups who are working on red ribbon campaigns in Hollywood or taking their fight in Florida to Disney.
Yeah.
But they are trying to silence me.
It's a badge of honor. I agree. Rick Grinnell, good to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
In the meantime, we're learning Russia is using weapons smuggled by Iran. According to The Guardian, RPGs and anti-tank missiles, as well as Brazilian-designed rocket launcher systems, have been dispatched to Russia, coming through Iraq first. Iran has also gifted Moscow an Iranian-made Baver, I believe. Amir Fakhravar is the Senate chairman of the National Iranian Congress, and he joins us tonight to talk more about this. Amir, good to see you again. Author of Comrade Ayatollah, by the way. There's the book cover on the screen. So how in the world, we discover through The Guardian that Russia's getting weapons from Iran. How on earth does this not immediately end this nuclear deal they're trying to get through?
Thank you, Rob, for having me. Before saying anything, let's say to Rick Grinnell that keep up the good work. As an Iranian American, we are so proud of you. And whoever does anything to hurt the regime here in the United States, regime is trying to kill it. Yeah, they sent several terror team to kill me too, but thank to the security forces here. Okay, but let's go to the Russia cases. I'm not surprised, Rob. When 7 years ago, my book, Comrade Ayatollah, was published, I put it's 700 pages of documents and facts that shows Iranian mullahs, they are just Russians' minions. And they have been trained, even Supreme Leader himself, Ali Khamenei, he have been trained in Russia's Patrice Lumumba University. It's KGB's school to train some Marxists, and in Iranian case, Islamic Marxists, to send them back to their country. And then after I'm not calling it revolution in 1979, because it was a coup d'etat by Russia. Then they could just get rid of the Shah, Iranian king, who was the very good friend of United States at that time. And then guess what happened? The mullahs, who are under control of Russians, they came to power. And during last 43 years, whatever happened in Iran was designed by Russians. Attacking U.S. embassy, think about it. And just taking hostage American diplomats was Russian designed. I have all the documents all the facts and documents in my book. And everything else. And then during the Obama-Biden administration, it was crazy when Obama let the Iranian Quds force, led by Qasem Soleimani, to take control of Iraq. And right now, all these weapons it's under control of those people who Qasem Soleimani trained in Iraq, called Hashd al-Shabi. And they are, because Putin wanted, they are sending it to Russia to kill Ukrainian.
Amir,
Think about it.
I totally understand. I mean, there's so much there to through with this deal knowing this. I got 15 seconds.
That's a disaster. Yep. The original JCPOA was designed by Russia. Yep. It's just helping Russia. And this one is designed by Russia too and run by Russians too, and it will help them again. And that, in this situation, that's a disaster on the top of disaster.
We have some horrible people running foreign policy in this country. That is for certain. Amir Fakhravar, sir, thank you so much for taking the time. Good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
All right, coming up after the break, new polling on Hispanic voters may finally force Biden to secure our southern border. We're going to talk about that, plus this.
Congressman Ryan, how much is gas in Ohio?
Senator Kelly, do you know how much gas prices are in Arizona?
Democrats want to abolish fossil fuel, confronted over the price of gas. They have no clue how much damage they've done. More in news from the left.